Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I have just been trading along, obviously doing my fundamental analysis, and I am going to run through with you guys my win on AU, Aussie USD. This was taken on the 3rd of March. It was a 3.76R win, risk to reward ratio. I'm going to run through the mindset of this trade, what I was thinking, and yeah, we'll break down this trade. June right now has been a great month. This is the 20th of June right now, and we've won 2 out of 3 trades. I think gold as well. I've trailed to stop to break even. So June, great month. May was also a little bit of a win, so we're doing well. Let's jump straight into AU. So I'll pop in this, get rid of this, get rid of this as well, just to show the trade in its entirety. Another thing I want to mention as well briefly is that I have added the ATR indicator onto my trading now. I am looking to utilize it for more so for stop loss sizing and making sure that I'm not entering a trade that's too inflated in terms of the stop loss. So keeping stop loss at a boundary. Just another confluence. Okay, so I'll get rid of that right now just to walk through the trade. So basically AU at the time, we had very, very bullish sentiment on US dollar, and we had slight bearish sentiment, or actually quite bearish sentiment on Aussie dollar. So if we go through, I'm just going to pick my fundamental analysis first in terms of the bias I was taking. And this was taken on, when was this again? The 3rd of June. 3rd of June, meaning I would have had 3rd of June, this was analysis. So it would have been this analysis. Yep. So it would have been this analysis prior to 3rd of June that I was looking at. So if we go on over here, I think we also had, no, I'm pretty sure it was ticked bullish on economic reading. 3rd of June, so it might have been this one. Let's have a look. If that, yeah, it would have definitely been this one. So mindset wise, or my fundamental biases for that time, we had at that time all bullish indication on USD. So wait a minute, was this taken on the 3rd of June? When did I take this? Yeah, it was. Okay, so sorry, my headspace is a bit all over the place, but we had PowerPoint. Essentially, we had manufacturing PMI, so that was on 3rd of June. We didn't have services PMI, we didn't have average hourly earnings. We had JOLTS at the time, which would have ticked the bullish. Okay, so essentially what I saw was bullishness in inflation for the dollar. We saw slight bullishness in economic reading for the dollar as well. The only thing at the time was manufacturing PMI that was more bullish, that would have ticked slightly more bullish than the previous week. And labor market, we had JOLTS being bullish as well. So this would have been a bullish indication on USD, ticking all 3 boxes. And then on the flip side, Aussie ticked bearish on everything. We had GDP being weaker than, or cooler than expected. We had goods trade being bullish, but compared to GDP, and then we had the previous weeks of CPI being cooler than expected. Aussie, from a fundamentals point of view that I look at, was bearish. So what if gone back on the charts, daily trend. Now, you guys would probably remember one of my criteria for getting into a technical trade is for to follow the trend. So whatever above the MA, I'd go long, below the MA, I'll go short. Keeping in mind though, from a technical point of view, I should not have shorted, but the fundamental bias was so strong in favor of shorting the shorting Aussie dollar that I decided to get in at 1% risk. So you guys can see we've got this uptrend here. I got in on this date. If we were to look at the 4 hour, I got in this position here. I liked this position a lot because we've had a big impulse down from this previous high, right? I believe this was at all-time highs as well. All-time highs for a bit of a period. So we had that big bearish impulse there. We've had some accumulation coming through here. I really like this rejection wick here at the top. Price came back to retest that, a bit of indecisions there with the dojis, just flanking around. I decided it was good enough to get in, popped a position here, stop loss above the previous high there with that rejection wick, and basically trailed that through. So once that impulsed, once this broke here, stops would have been here, and once this broke through this one here, I moved stops there and we got taken out there. So taking out Aussie dollar, I believe, yeah, so this is the most recent data here. We still, could have maybe trailed a little bit less aggressive, but it is what it is. We got taken out. It's a 3.76 RR in terms of from a net P&L after swaps were considered. I've managed to bank in $351. Please note that I am Australian, so that was in USD that I traded in. That's 500 Australian dollars that I've made from that one trade. That one trade that I held for 2 weeks. Yeah, 12 days, 2 weeks. So very, very happy with that trade. I just wanted to break that down for you guys, give you a bit of insights in terms of from a technical and fundamental point of view, why I took that trade. Do as you wish with that. I will break down my US 30 trade as well with you guys and catch you on the next one.